Well, I have Cub Cadet problems. I've had this mower for 8 years. It is a 60-inch deck Z-Force with the steering wheel, which I really like. I have out by the road, I have a ditch in front of the house on a slope, has grass on it just like the yard, and I like to keep that mowed. And I've had 0 turns with the lap bars in the past, and they work okay until I would get to that ditch and it was hard to go straight. You would dig in and just made it a little tougher to mow. And another big advantage that the steering wheel has, see your cup holder here. Well, you can steer with one hand and drink your water, Coke, whatever you're drinking, with the other hand. So I like that part about the steering wheel too. It's been a good mower. The only thing I've ever replaced on it up till now is the belt on the drive belt. But I was mowing the other day and my left rear wheel quit pulling, quit turning at all, just wouldn't do anything. So I limped it back here to the shop and wasn't able to get it inside, but I was able to pull it around here in some gravel where I could check it. And I found a problem. In order to work on it, I had the seat safety switch, had to jump it, but that's what that is. But I found a problem. This piece right here, that round piece, it's made out of rubber. There's one on each side that there's a rod that attaches to the front pedal, and then a short rod that attaches up to the hydro for each wheel. And that piece broke on this side. So I've got it removed. It goes right there between them 2 arms. And here's a broken piece. It sets in those 2 arms like that, and this hole attaches to the hydro arm, just a little short arm that pivots back and forth when you push your pedal forward or reverse. That makes the hydro go forward or reverse. And you can see it broke off right there. Here's the other end of it. I just took the arm off. It goes to the front of the mower. But there's what's left of it. And it is made out of I guess it's hard plastic. I said rubber, but it's kind of I guess it would be plastic, looks like. And why that broke, I don't know, other than just maybe stress over the years. Maybe it finally broke when you're moving that pedal either forward or reverse, which is right here. This is a forward pedal, and that's a reverse pedal. This thing does move a lot, so I guess it just finally decided to break. So anyway, that's the problem. I found a new one on cubcadet.com, which is a parts. They got a parts option on their website, and the new one was $8. So I have that ordered. Should get it in 2 or 3 more days, hopefully. In the meantime, I had to borrow a mower to finish up my yard the last time, but it should be in good shape for several days. I have considered maybe looking at it for a new mower. This is 8 years old. I mean, it still mows good, but the problem with that is I really like the steering wheel, the 0 turn with the steering wheel, and not too many brands that even make something like that. I've seen a Troy built, and there's one other brand, and I think the Troy built's just a copy of this. it really looks similar to it. So, you know, Cub Cadet still makes it, I know, but I've checked there, but not a lot of companies that have a zero turn with a steering wheel on it. So that's where I'm at. I'm waiting for that part. When I get it in, I'll put it on and give you an update on whether it took care of the problem. I'm pretty sure it will, because I had the rear end of this lifted up when I was working on it, and you can manually move that hydro lever on that left wheel and the wheel goes forward and reverse. So I'm pretty sure this is Ultron. Got the part for the Cadet today. Good news is it's looks to be the correct part. Bad news is I ordered 10 days ago. So I did borrow a mower and mowed one time, but I also mowed the churchyard where we attend church. So I thought there's something I can do to make this work until I get the new part. Well, I did. I was able to make something work. There's a broken part, and has a hose clamp around it. And I mowed my yard twice, mowed the churchyard, and it's still holding with no problems, works fine. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this new one on, because I would hate to be out away from the shop here and that fail, then I'd have to work on it outside, laying in the grass or gravel or something. So go ahead and put the new one on, so that should be okay then. And I'm going to also do some adjusting. I've noticed reverse is a lot faster than it used to be, and I'm pretty sure it's because of those adjustment rods. You can see one right there. It's got a little turnbuckle on the end and set the length of that rod. So yeah, right there. So I'm going to adjust that, hopefully get forward speed sped up a little bit and the reverse speed slowed down a little bit. So let's get started. There's the old broken part, and this was my temporary redneck fix. So I cut slots in the ribs on each side. First I super glued the piece back on just to hold it in position. Cut those slots, put that hose clamp around it, tightened it down, and it's still fine. I'll hang on to it, leave it like that, because that would work in a pinch if you had to have one. Here's a new one. So get it put on, that'll take care of the problem. So there's the turnbuckle I was talking about right there. I think it needs to be adjusted closer to the end of the shaft, so I'm going to just go one turn, and that should give me a faster forward gear and a slightly slower reverse gear, because it just pivots the hydro back and forth. You see where it attaches back there. And before I bolt this back on, I put a little grease on around the hole where the bolt goes, that attaches to the arm that goes to the front. So make it spin a little freer. And this bolt that goes through the new piece, and that cradle that it sets in and holds it up in there, I'll put some grease on it too, because it looks like it's really dry. Alright, got the bolt through it. Just put the nut on the bolt, tighten it down, and attach that arm with a pin. And then I'll also adjust this right side over here, that arm, to speed up the forward gear and slow the reverse gear down just a little. Alright, There's a left turnbuckle, there's a right one, and I just adjusted them to where all the threaded rod sticks through the turnbuckle about the same amount on each side. Well, the test drive went very well. That adjustment I made on those little arms did the trick. My forward speed's slightly faster now, and my reverse speed is just a little bit slower, but I think it's at the right adjustment. It feels right. I took it out and mowed, just to have a path mowed around the creek back here that Rita and I walk. It's almost a half a mile. We start here and go around the creek, and you might can see where I mowed down through there, but that's along the creek bank. We finish up back here where we started. It's like 43/100ths of a mile, so I try to keep that mowed, and that's where I just been. I mowed around it and worked fine. So another repair completed, and it's working great. Thanks for watching the videos, and stay tuned for some more. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, and we'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel. Thanks.